E te whānau te karaiti nau mai hara mai ki te karakia mō tēnei ata, te rua kaumā tahi o whiringa ānuku. Kia ino e tātou. A ka tīmata ta tātou karakia I runga I te ingoa te matua, o te tama, me te wairua tapu. Āmine. Hei mua koe a mātou, e ihoa, hei tohu I a mātou mahi katoa. Ko koe anō hoki hei whakakaha I a mātou. Kia whai karori ai koe a mātou mahi katoa. He mea timata, he mea mahi, he mea whakaoti I roto I a koe. Kia whiwhi ai hoki mātou ki te ora tonu I te mea e atawhaitia nei e koe. Ko ihu karaiti hoki tō mātou ariki, āmine. Direct us, O Lord, in all our doings, with your most gracious favour, and further us with your continual help, that in all our works begun, continued, and ended in you, we may glorify your holy name, and finally, by your mercy, obtain everlasting life through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. Ko tā tātou himene, ko whātekau mā ono, hymn number 46. Whakarongo ki te kupu, noko mai no kawari, motu ke ngā puke puke, ko arapu te ao katoa, o tirawa tāna whakaoranga.
Motu
Today's reading is taken from the Gospel of John, chapter 16, verses 16 to 22. Sadness will be turned to joy. In a little while you won't see me anymore, but a little while after that you will see me again. Some of the disciples asked each other, "What does he mean when he says, 'In a little while you won't see me, but then you will see me,' and 'I am going to the Father'? And what does he mean by a little while? We don't understand." Jesus realized they wanted to ask him about it, so he said, "Are you asking yourselves what I meant? I said in a little while you won't see me, but a little while after that you will see me again. I tell you the truth, you will weep and mourn over what is going to happen to me, but the world will rejoice. You will grieve, but your grief will suddenly turn to wonderful joy. It will be like a woman suffering the pains of labor. When her child is born, her anguish gives way to joy because she has brought a new baby into the world. So you have sorrow now, but I will see you again. Then you will rejoice, and no one can rob you of that joy." Hear what the Spirit is saying to the church. Thanks be to God. And now I'm handing over to Manaakinui, one of our rangatahi, seeing it's Rangatahi Week, and he will be doing the reflection for us today. Ngā mihi whānau.
Tēnā koutou katoa, ko Manaakinui te kahu tōku ingoa, and it's my honour to share a short reflection on the reading for today. Arohanui kia koutou, and let's begin. So my reflection comes from John 16 to 22, and this passage talks about joy and grief. So it's John 16 verses 16 to 22. This passage is located in quite a unique book, in that it's written by John to an audience of Gentiles. So these are people who are not familiar or raised in the Jewish sort of whakapapa and whakapono. But yeah, this is a quite a unique time because Jesus is actually quite intimate in these chapters of John with his disciples. The disciples are his followers, and they are quite close with Jesus. These passages refer to the passion narrative, and that it's leading up to Jesus' death on the cross. And so right before Jesus is arrested, Jesus has some words to share with his disciples. Some words of encouragement, some words of affirmation, and some promises as well. And this passage has that too. We see that there's a contrast between grief and joy, that while the world rejoices, there is also grief that we as followers of Christ must face. And likewise, when we celebrate, the world grieves as well. There seems to be this back and forth interplay here. We see with Jesus' words that they actually encourage the disciples, that they want to uplift them and encourage them. That even though circumstances might be challenging, that there is joy and hope to look forward to. Countless times he's referred to his death and that his time will come. It's a consistent theme through John, and his time has nearly come. And the disciples are starting to catch on. They're starting to feel the weight of what he's saying. And as any good leader does, he encourages his followers. But he also challenges them too. He says, look, this isn't going to be easy either. Like, there will be trials and there will be challenges ahead of you. But that's not without hope. Look at our world today and in our context of lockdowns and COVID and all sorts of issues that just pray that, we would come to hope, despite the challenges ahead of us, that there is hope. Nō reira, he whakaaro tēnei mā koutou, mā te atua, e kōrero aki kia koutou, tēnā koutou, a tēnā tātou katoa. Ka kite.
A tēnā koe Manaakinui mō tō kōrero I tēnei ata. What a beautiful reflection this morning. Such an important message in the current climate that we're in. Jesus teaching the disciples hope in the times of trial, hope and joy in the times of trial, and maintaining that even though difficulties are going to come. Tēnā koe. Kua akona nei tātou e tō tātou ariki, ka ino e tātou. E tō mātou matu I te rangi. Kia tapu tō ingoa, kia taimai tō rangatiratanga, kia mea te tau e pai ai ki runga ki te whenua, kia rite anō ki tō te rangi. Hō mai kia mātou ai nei he tarama mātou mō tēnei rā. Murua o mātou hara, me mātou hoki e muru nei I o te hunga e harana kia mātou. Aua hoki mātou e kawea kia whakawaia, engari whakarangi o mātou te kino. No hoki te rangatiratanga, te kaha, me te kororia, ake, āmine. Kia tau, kia tātou katoa, kia atawhai o tō tātou ariki, a ihu karaiti. Me te aroha o te atua, me te whiwhinga tahitanga ki te wairua tapu, ake, āmine. And whānau, I'd just like to remind you, this Sunday at 11 o'clock, on this same Facebook page that you're currently tuned into today, we'll have our Sunday liturgy, and we would love you to join us for that. Kia pai tō rā, whānau, kia pai tō rā.